already know I got 2 different versions, so I'm gonna beat that one up, but I'm gonna take good care of you. Hello, my girl Violet done told this man 1,000,001 times, baby. I got this, I got this. Why the hell this man keep trying to make this girl go to Scribe? You know what, dang, baby? Scribe this. Kiss my fucking black. He get on my nerves. I'm over him. I was actually starting to fall for him, but bitch, I'm done. And can we also talk about how Violet is so cutthroat? Everybody, I'm telling y'all right now, it's always the small ones, they be doubting us. From chapter 1, I knew this was gonna be my bitch. This girl literally said, I don't care how I go about winning these challenges, I'ma win it. She started dousing people tea. She had one person, the coach said, oh yeah, this girl can't even walk straight. The bitch is running into walls because of Violet. Violet is not the fucking one. She said, fuck around and find out, period. Girl, when I tell y'all Daddy X, Zadian, he got me kicking and giggling and all the motherfucking above. I don't know what it if I could just jump and pounce on him right now. I don't know what it is about men when they give their girl not only a nickname, but when it's a nickname that's like kind of a pun off of their real name, like how violence is violence. Bitch, you got me blushing. I'm like, bitch, can I be a violent? I can show you some violence. Hello. Here I go again. Yeah, falling in love with another fictional man. Hey, he might not be real in this world, but he real in my heart. Hello, and that's all that matters. Period. Ooh, this I'm in love. Okay, I'm getting the hype. 25% done with the book, and I'm getting the hype. Bitch got a dragon! My bitch got a dragon! Bitch, I'm so hyped! And the way she had Jack over there running like a little fucking girl! Woo! Girl! I'm on live right now going crazy! This book is, I did not think I would go crazy. Take a breather. I did not think I was gonna go this fucking crazy about some damn dragons! And let me just say this. My girl Violence, she is that bitch. Today, tomorrow, and for fucking eternity. 3 guys. She was by herself and had to protect little golden egg. This shit the truth.
I'm in love. I'm obsessed. And I don't even feel guilty about it.
Bro, setting the curtains on fire is crazy! Baby, I take back what I said. This man, this crazy fucking man, his name is no longer Daddy X. His name is now Shadow fucking Daddy! It's so crazy to me because the way I used to be geeked as a kid for that Breaking Dawn scene, chapter 30, my boy Daddy X, Shadow X, he is on X Games fucking boom! And don't even get me started on violence, baby. You got some male characters that'll just say, oh, baby, I have you seeing stars. And then you got characters like, this man game is so crazy. She not only had the room in smokes, she had the curtain on fire, the desk broken, the chair broken. Girl, let me bow down now, baby. Bow down. What the fuck? What the fuck y'all got me out here fucking reading? Bitch, I got 30. What the fuck about to happen? I got 30 pages left. That boy said, take care of my sister. Book. Hold on.
Here's how to pronounce the dragon names in Fourth Wing. If you didn't know, most of the dragon names are actually Scottish Gaelic words. I am a Scottish Gaelic speaker and this is how you actually pronounce them. I'll start with the big one. Violet's dragon is called Tarnanach. And this is the Gaelic word for thunder, and in the book it's quite often shortened to Tarn. This isn't a dragon's name, but I think it's a really good example of how easy it is to get Gaelic wrong. So the name of the college is Basgiath. I don't know how the author wants it pronounced, but it's actually 2 Scottish Gaelic words, Bas and Skia. Bas means death, and Skia means wing. So you can see how it makes sense to have a dragon college called Deathwing. Unfortunately, if you don't put the accent on the A in Bas, it doesn't mean death, it means palm, as in the palm of your hand. So instead of meaning Deathwing, it means Palm Wing, which sounds like a holiday resort rather than a deadly dragon college. There's also another dragon called Andarn Uram. Andarn Uram. And this is actually 3 words, In Darna Uram, which means the second honour. And in the book it's quite often shortened to Andarna. There are 3 other dragons that we're introduced to quite early on. I'm still not finished the book, please don't spoil it for me. And those are Amisher, which means weather, Chenya, or Chena, which means fire, and Ka, which means battle. Ka. There are lots of other Gaelic dragon names and Gaelic words used in this book, which is really interesting. So I feel like authors often go for Irish Gaelic or Gaelic when they're writing fantasy books. So it's really nice to see my language represented in a book that's currently a bestseller. Unfortunately, there are lots and lots of grammatical mistakes and spelling mistakes with the Gaelic in this book, which is a shame. I don't think that that's the author's fault. I think the publishers should have hired a language consultant for this. But I am really loving the book and I can't wait to see what happens at the end.
Okay, cool.
Hey, be safe. I'll be so safe. You guys stop me. Stop. I'm gonna kill you. But how would that keep us safe?
Does Fourth Wing deserve all the hype that it's getting? Here's my review and everything you need to know about the book before reading. This description is a perfect checklist. If you don't like one of these 3 things, I would skip this. I never have high hopes for the books that are compared to some of the biggest names out there, but this book caught me by surprise. I rated it 4 stars, which is saying something considering I'm not really a fan of romance and fantasy books. And that leads to the first thing I liked about the book was that the enemies to lovers wasn't toxic. But for me, the best thing about this book was reading about the dragons and the way that they interacted with the world and the politics and their writers. Because I hate it when dragons are a small part of a story or they're not given the respect they deserve, but this gives them that. And the main character, Violet, is not a Mary Sue. She's cunning, she's resourceful, and she's also a really great hero. Violet also has an unnamed disability which affects her joints and ligaments and makes her more prone to injury. When I first started reading this, I wasn't aware of that, and so I was skeptical about the amount of times she was described as small and delicate, but then I realized that that was way too deliberate not to mean anything, so I went out, did my research, and came back enlightened. So it was great to see that representation in a fantasy setting. So onto the things I didn't like. If you are familiar with the rebellion type story, this plot twist will be very predictable. It ends on a cliffhanger that you can see coming from a mile away, but I was still shocked. Another thing you should know is that the last third of the book is very romance-based, which slows down the hectic pace that the second third of the book sets up. Aside from some spicier scenes, this reads a lot like a YA, but if you can push through that cringier dialogue, then you'll be right. For all my Australians, this comes out on May 10th.
Because when the sunshine will shine together, told you I'll be here forever. Said I'll always be your friend. Took a note, sing it out till the end. Now that it's raining more than ever, know that we still have each other. You can stand under my umbrella. You can stand under my umbrella. And the rain.
A dragon without its rider is a tragedy. A rider without their dragon is dead. Welcome to the Fourth Wing.
It hurts, I admit. Let me see. Is that a request or a demand? Your pick, as long as I get to see if that fucker broke your ribs. Now, let me see your ribs. We're wasting time. You'll have to... I know how to handle a corset. As he makes quick work of the laces, starting at the bottom. He wasn't lying. He absolutely knows his way around a corset.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean?
A dragon without its rider is a tragedy. A rider without their dragon is dead. Welcome to the Fourth Wing.
Okay, how many books will be in the Fourth Wing series, the Empyrean series? So right now it's fully plotted for 5. I had to sit down and do like a whole series synopsis and make sure that everything arcs over like a 3-act structure and everything like that. So right now it is fully plotted for 5. I'm not saying that won't change because stuff, when you're writing stories, sometimes they change, they go a different direction than what you're thinking. But right now it's 5. And let's hope I don't get in massive trouble for saying that. I hope I'm allowed to. I probably should have asked my publisher before I just answered that, but we're gonna roll with it. So thanks. Hopefully that answers the question.
She can't die. And not just because there's a chance I won't survive. She can't die because I know I can't live without her, even if I do. Where are you, little mouse?
Oh my God.
This is a wild game of survival. This is a wild game of survival. And I'll be in denial for at least a little while. What about the plans we made?
Pronouncing the dragon names in Fourth Wing so that you don't have to, part 3. If you didn't know, all of the dragon's names are Scottish Gaelic words. I'm Gaelic speaker and this is how you actually pronounce them. Red Oak's dragon is called Outram, and this means light, and that's light as in weight, not as in the light that comes from the sky. The Gaelic word for heavy is traum, so Outram is like a direct opposite. Sawyer's dragon is called Sleeshak, and this means chip or slice, as in a chip or slice of wood. But something that I find quite funny is it's the same way that you would say chips, as in fish and chips, Iask agus Sleeshaken. Cowrie's dragon is called Smach, and this means discipline, which I think makes sense because he's one of the teachers. Now, there's another family of dragons called Wanye Lochik. Uanya means green, which makes sense because they are green dragons, and logic means lodging. However, I think this might be a misspelling. I think it's supposed to be logic without the S, which means logic. They sound pretty similar in both languages. And I think this because the green dragons are said to be more cunning, more smart, so it makes sense if the word logic was in their name. As with the other dragon family names, it is grammatically incorrect. The word uanya should come after logic because it's an adjective, and in Gaelic the adjective and the noun are the other way round. This is my third video about this, but there's still so much Gaelic in the book that I want to get into, including this word, which is actually a mix of an English word and a Gaelic word, I think. Thank you for all the love on the past 2 videos, it's been really fun sharing this with you.
Little girl gone, got a gun from a gangster. Run, little girl, bang. Hustle. I didn't quite hear ya. Mess with the wrong bitch in the wrong era. I've been at work and I got my badge of honor. Honey, I've changed so much since I last saw ya. Hands on my head, help every day. Cool ding ding, hold my earrings for my debut. Cause
Alarms will ring for eternity. The waves will break every chain on me. My bones will bleed, my flesh will flee. So hail my life, let's
The fuck?
Do you want me to say another theory I heard?
Yeah.
Going back in time is gonna be to be able to save Liam, because if you think about it, her and Darna's thing was stopping time. So what if like she can go back in time? I don't know.
I would love that.
I don't know. It could be kind of cool. I don't know.
Justice for Liam.
Justice for Liam, for sure. I literally was like
sobbing. That would be really
I was like
cool.
in my car and I was like, this did not
It's
just
been
happen.
my honor.
Yeah.
Here are some of my favorite Fourth Wing theories I've heard so far. And I have done nothing but think about it for the last week. It's the only thing that is ever on my mind. So my 2 theories that I came up with is 1, I think that in the book, 2, Violet's mom, General Sorrengail, is going to become a venom. When they're going through and like the dragons are looking at them, whatever, Violet's like trying to calm everyone down, and she talks about how as a kid she was afraid her mom was going to become a venom. And I feel like because her mom is so power hungry and such a fucking bitch, that's so something up her alley. So I think that when Xaden first realized that they had a mind connection, I don't think he had 100% control over it. Even though he is so strong, like such a good like wielder of his powers, I don't think he had full control over it because his flirting with Violet went from 0 to 100. So I think some of the flirting that was done in the beginning, I think it was just him thinking about Violet, and like he couldn't 100% control what did and didn't get sent to her. And the reason why I think this is because we know that there were times when Violet sent her thoughts to him on accident, and like she'll say like, oh, I didn't realize I said that out loud. So we know like when they're unaware of it, they're not in 100% control. And I know like Xaden would be the type of guy to be more in control of it. But I think still, just because the flirting went from 0 to 100 very, very fast, which I loved. Oh, so one of the girls in my like book club, my friend group, whatever, came up with this one. Her power that she's gonna wield through in Darna is either going to be to go back in time or to mend herself, like to be a mender, like her brother. I, through the whole thing, thought that she was gonna end up being a mender before she got her like lightning powers. Just I feel like they foreshadowed that so much, like with her just like constantly needing to be mended. Like how perfect would it be if that was her power and she could mend herself? So like that's what I think. And Darna's gonna either give her the ability, if it's gonna stick with like the whole her freezing time, to go back in time and maybe she can like kind of fix some bad things that happen, or she'll become a mender.
another theory I really loved is that Nolan, who was Taryn's previous writer, and Brennan, her brother, were lovers, and that's why he died saving him, because he couldn't live without him. Let's talk about how Xaden, if you guys read ACOTAR, you know, like when the mating bond clicked, Feyre and Rhys could not keep their hands off of each other, and I feel like that's how it really was with Xaden and Violet. Literally, it was like a mating bond clicked into place, so I don't know if that's gonna be like a thing in this world, but it very much seems like that, and it could just really be like, they're so attracted to each other, this is just the way it is, but like, the inability to like have space from one another, it's giving very, very much like fated mates mating bond. So yeah, those are my fave theories so far.
This is right after Violence has gotten attacked in her room by the unbonded riders. Violet's noticing that everyone who has come to help has a rebellion relic, but she keeps the observation to herself. Is Xaden thanking Garrick or thanking Violet for keeping the thought to herself? This is also right after the incident when Xaden is talking to Tairn, trying to figure out what happened, where Xaden glares at Tairn, and he responds with, "Do not dare to try and read me, human, or you'll regret it." So I think Tairn knows something. This is where Xaden is telling Violet not to tell anyone about the time-stopping ability through Andarna. He says that rare abilities, when kept secret, are the most valuable form of currency that they possess. Could this mean his mind-reading ability? And him keeping that secret? This is in a spicy section where she's thinking to herself that she's not going to survive this and she's going to die. Xaden responds out loud that I'm going to die with you. And she's like, I didn't think I said that out loud.
No, don't do this to me.
I know, I'm sorry.
I should get some sleep.
I have an unhinged thought about Fourth Wing, and I just need your opinion. Okay, so we all know that Violet has silver-tipped hair, and we know that's going to be significant. And I know there's theories about what it means, that she has part venom in her, that her mum was attacked, blah, 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 blah. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. Now, we know she has the silver tips on her hair. We know that Tarn calls her Silver One. But you know what else is silver? The scars on Xaden's back. Why is that significant? I actually don't know. I've got no idea where I'm going with this, but I know it's significant because everything in this book is significant. So give me your unhinged theories. Why are scars on Xaden's back silver? Is it because of the blade that was used? Does it have venom power in it? Is it because someone was siphoning? Give me your theories.